My name's Gabe Zona. You know, this whole thing with Ambassador Susan Rice is a potential replacement for Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Well, I just read a little article, and apparently Secretary of State Hillary Clinton prefers John Kerry as her replacement. Now, John Kerry, he's that super Democrat that was on that super committee that sat down with 5 of his other Democratic members against 6 Republicans, and they're supposed to hammer out some kind of a solution to help us avoid what we're now dealing with, which is going over the fiscal cliff. Well, he couldn't get that done. Now, I'd like to ask Hillary a couple of questions. Hillary, you want John Kerry to replace you as Secretary of State. Now, we're referring to John Kerry, the guy that's married to Heinz Ketchup, right? Okay. Now, John Kerry couldn't get anything done on a super committee. John Kerry is also the senator that tried to avoid paying tax on his, what was it, $6 million boat that he had commissioned in New Zealand. And when it was completed, he registered it in another state other than the state that he lives in, because the state that he lives in would have charged him a 10% tax. So he tried to avoid paying a 10% tax. That's the same John Kerry, right? I just want to make sure we're talking about the same person. Okay. And he's also the same person that ran for president, was in 2000. And was it the Swift Boat Group? They exposed him for being what he is. You know what's amazing is that these people keep recycling themselves, you know? They keep recycling themselves. It's like they're on a treadmill. John Kerry should not be a senator. John Kerry should probably be in prison for having tried to avoid paying tax on his $6 million yacht that he had built in New Zealand instead of having it built in the United States. Well, we don't build boats here in the United States? You have to go to New Zealand to have a boat built? I think it's insane. You know, I mean, they just keep recycling these people. It's, you know, Hillary, you need to retire. Forget 216. If Obama stays in power, he's going to stay in power. You will not run for president in 216. All right? So why don't you just retire, take your hubby and your you know, whatever else you got, and go retire. We're tired of seeing your face. All right? You're not an attractive lady anymore, you know? And we don't need to keep seeing your face. And as far as John Kerry, come on, John. You're a joke. You are a joke. You're no different than a lot of these other long-term senators. Another joke is in Arizona, the Rhino McCain. You know, I mean, you people need to go do something else with your lives. You don't contribute to the benefit of this country. None of you honored your oath of office. We allowed a British subject to become president. He's a British subject. He is not eligible to be president. Anyway, I'm sidetracking myself. I'm just really frustrated. You know, I just can't believe how these people keep recycling themselves. All right? Hillary, we don't need your recommendation. Obama's going to do, if he stays in power, whatever he's going to do. And he's not going to pick John Kerry. All right? He's going to pick Susan Rice because he's not going to allow anybody to pretend that they can do anything that he doesn't want done. All right? So that's why he's going to pick Susan Rice. Is she qualified? Absolutely not. All right? Absolutely not. And, I mean, the whole thing's a joke. This whole government's a joke. And we're allowing it to destroy our country. It just makes me sick. That really does. So, Hillary, forget this John Kerry to replace you. All right? He's probably worse than you. And that's really saying something.